Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called I Won't Let You Down by OK Go. It's an awesome tune. But there's lots of possibilities as far as chords goes. This may end up being kind of a long lesson. But we're going to start off with kind of that intro idea, actually kind of that 3rd fret on the high E string, kind of for hits. And then you hear this cool little keyboard lick come in where you can play 5th fret on the high E to 7th fret as a slide, and then 5th on the high E, and then 3rd fret to 5th fret as a slide on the high E, and then open E. So if you wanted to kind of follow those intro notes, you have kind of that G, 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 A, B, A, G, A, E. And the chord that would back that up would be a G major chord. And normally you do that 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd. And if you strum all those together, the beautiful sounds of G major. Now you may also dig on putting 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. Or you may dig on a bar G major, kind of doing 3rd fret as a bar, 2nd finger on the G 4th, 3rd finger on the A 5th, pinky on the D 5th, kind of working that for your G major. And through that intro actually, and through the tune actually, there's a couple different strumming options you may want to play around with. Especially on that intro, you may want to work just big downs. Just kind of doing downs. I'm using the bar so that I'm kind of doing down and lifting the strings to kill it. If you kind of dig on that sound. Or you could work a strum pattern. You could work kind of an 8 down on each chord. Kind of G, to kick it off. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the G and just tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Or for myself, I was really digging on a 16th note strum pattern. This can be really challenging to tempo. But what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. So kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2. That's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. What I mean by that is if you take the G and do a down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the 1st beat. Then on the 2nd beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then on the 3rd beat, you do a up on 2, down on 3. So kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 down. Might be kind of cool. Or randomly, I was also kind of gravitating towards one of my other favorite 16th note patterns. Kind of a down, up, down, up, down, up, 16th note pattern. And what I mean by that is on the 1st beat you do a down on 1, up on 4. So going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then on the 2nd beat you do the up on 2, down on 3. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the 3rd beat you do a up on 2, up on 4. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, 1 up. Last beat, you still do the down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. It's a very cool pattern to work through the tune too. And then from there, then we go into kind of this cool little bass line that comes in through the intro, where you play 3rd fret on the low E, open D, 1st fret on the D, 2nd on the D, and then 3rd fret on the low E string, and then open A to 2nd fret on the A to lead into 3rd fret on the A, to 2nd fret on the A, open A, 2nd fret on the A, 3rd fret on the A, and then 2nd fret on the A, and more 2nd fret on the A. If you want to kind of follow those bass notes, you got kind of a 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 0, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 0, 2, 2, 3, 2, a 2, 2, kind of an idea. And we could back that up with some chords by starting on the G, kind of that da, 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 but then we go to an E minor chord. And normally you do that first finger on the A second finger on the D second. If you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on putting third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of making that E minor 7. Or if you're digging on bar chords, you can do this as a 7th fret bar, second finger on the B 8th, third finger on the D7, pinky on the G7. Kind of work that for your E minor. Or you can lift off the pinky and make it an E minor 7. Or you can even add the pinky in on the high E10 for E minor 7. If you kind of dig on that. And then from the E minor, we'll be going back to our G major chord. And then we go to a C major chord. And normally you do that first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second, third finger on the A third. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, the beautiful sounds of C major. Now, around C's in general, you may dig on lifting off the first finger and make it a C major 7. Or you can add in the pinky on the B third for C major 9, kind of say some stuff around it. Or another way to play C major 9 would be doing first finger on the D second finger on the A third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Kind of working that for your C major. Or if you're digging on the bar chords, you could do this as a 3rd fret bar, third finger over the D, G, and B strings, which could be a very cool way to do the C. Or you may dig on a C major 7, doing a 3rd fret bar, second finger on the G 4th, third finger on the D 5th, pinky on the B 5th. And kind of working that voicing for your C major. And then from the C, we'd be going to a B7 chord. Normally you do this first finger on the D 1st fret, second finger on the A 2nd, third finger on the G 2nd, pinky on the high E 2nd, kind of working that for the D7. Or another option would be to take your 3rd finger and kind of lay them down over the G, B, and E, and make that a B9. Actually, that's going to come in as a handy shape for the outro. Actually, it's kind of that B9. So through that intro, you kind of start out with the G, have the G, da, da, E minor, G, da, da, C, da, 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 B7. Oh, and actually, if you dig on the bars, actually you could do the B7 as a 2nd fret bar, third finger on the D 4th, pinky on the B 4th. Da, da. And that way that change from the C major 7 as the bar to the B7 can be made a little bit easier. So some of those chords are kind of halving, so we just do kind of the 4 downs on each of those chords. Kind of G, E minor, G, C, B7, da. Or if you're kind of doing the down, down, up, down, up for that G and E minor halving, you may want to do just a down, down, up on each of those chords. Kind of G, down, up, E minor, down. Or you could split the pattern and do the G with a down, down, up, and then go to the E minor for the up, down, up. Or sometimes what I like doing is the G with a down, down, and then go to the E minor for the up, up, down, up. So we tried it that way. We have a G, E minor, G, da, da, C, da, 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 B7, da, da, G, da, da, E minor, G, da, da, C, da, 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 B7, da, da. Kind of be repeating that for that intro progression and then into our first chorus. Or if you're digging on the other 16th patterns, what you may want to do for the halving idea is kind of the G with a down, 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 up, and the E minor with a down, 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 up. So kind of half the pattern on each of those chords. Or if you're digging on the other 16th, you could do the G with the down, up, up, and then go to the E minor for the down, up, down, up, down. And what can be really cool is to even alternate between those two ideas. So you have G, E minor, G, C, B7, G, C, B7. So we want to kind of experiment with that, kind of find a way that works for you. And then from there, then we go into our main verse, actually, after we kind of repeat the intro twice, kind of through the chorus twice. Then we go into our verse, which is very, very close to our chorus idea, except for now you'll kind of hear one different bass note. You kind of start on the 3 for the low E, open D, 1, 2, but then we go to open D, and then the 3 on the low E. And everything else stays the same. So if you wanted to, you could kind of start off on the G chord, da, da, E minor, and then you may want to go to a D major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the G second finger on the high E second, third finger on the B third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on lifting off the second finger and making that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for a D suspended, kind of say some stuff around the D chord. Or another option actually, and this is just one of my random favorite Ds, is if you take the C chord shape and just slide it over 2 frets, something I call D add 4. You know, first finger on the B for third, second finger on the D fourth, third finger on the A fifth, might be a cool option for the D. Or if you're digging on the bar idea, you could do a D major as a 5th fret bar, third finger over the D, G, and B, and kind of work that for your D. You might want to make that a D7 chord by doing a 5th fret bar, third finger on the D7, pinky on the B7. Or for myself, a lot of times I like digging on a D9, especially for this 5th chord in the key of G, where you can do first finger on the D 4th fret, second finger on the A 5th, and third finger over the G, B, and E. So it's that B7 or B9 shape, but now from the 4th fret and the 5th fret. So I kind of dig on that for the D chord. And then we end up having the D back to the G, and then we keep our C, and then our B7 change at the very end for the verses. So you have that G, oh, and actually if we did that with down, down, up, you'd have G, E minor, D, G, C, B7, G, E minor, D, G, C, B7. Or if you're digging on the 16th idea, you have the G, pre-chorus just kind of alternates between the C major. So if you're doing that with down, down, up, you'd have the C, D, or you might be digging on the 16th. C, and then from there, we go back into our chorus progression. And you can really work that any of those ways we've been talking about. So you have the G, E minor, G, C, B7, and on the 16th, G, E minor, G, C, B7, and then from there, we go into a cool little chorus tag, and you kind of hear this bass line come in, where you play 2nd fret on the A, open D, and then open E, and then we kind of work that into our 3rd fret on the low E for a G note, C, or our 3rd fret on the A for a C note, and then into the 2nd fret on the B. So it's another little variation of our main idea. And what you may want to do is kind of start on the G, and this is a little weird timing wise, but you could do kind of a G hit, a D hit, and then an E minor hit, and then pick it up on your G chord. Or if you want to fill in a little bit of that time, you could kind of do, if you're doing the down idea, you could do the G for 2, D for 2, E minor for 4, G for 8, and then the C for 8. That would be really quick actually for the tune. And then B7 for 8. Or you could do the kind of the G with a down, D with a down, E minor with a down, down up, and then pick it up on the G. Do the G with a down, down, up, D with a down, down, up, E minor with a down, 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 up, and then pick it back up on the G. C, B7, G, E minor, G, C, B7. From there, then we go into kind of a little solo that almost matches our intro. And we start off on just the G major chord, before we kind of go back into kind of our main our verse progression actually. So on that G, something else that I think about adding to the song is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, up, down, down, up, down, up, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd have a D for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the B7, you'd have the A for the bass. And for that chorus tag idea, you may want to use the A string for the bass on the G chord. That's something called a G/B or G major, but you got a B note in the bass on the A string. So if we took that solo idea and then kind of tried it with kind of a bass down, up, down, up. Weird part's where we're having things. I mean, when you just kind of that bass down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, down. So through that solo part, that way you'd have the G, 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 da, da, D, G, C, B7. Or if you're taking on the 16th idea, for the working off a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, or bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, up. So we tried it that way. You have the G, G, da, E minor, D, G, C, B7. Or if you're taking on the other 16th, you could work it off a bass, up, bass, up, down, which would be very cool for the halving chords. You could do the G with the bass, up, E minor with the bass, up, down, D with the bass, up, G with the bass, up, down, for the halving chords. So you have the G, verse. It's kind of keeping that main idea going. You can do that any of those ways we've been talking about. So G, E minor, D, G, C, B7, G, E minor, bass, G, C, B7. Then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. That any of those ways we've been talking about. You try the bass down, up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th, or the other 16th. So we kind of dig on that. And then from there, we'll be going into our next chorus. And we tried that with our bass down, up, down, up. We have the G, E minor, G, tag. And what you may want to do is kind of work that A string for the bass on the G chord, and then the D would have the open D and then the E minor. So kind of trying to work the bass line. Now if you're doing the down, down, up, down, up, you may not have as much time to get the bass notes in there. But you got kind of G, D, E minor with the bass, down, G bass, down, up, down, C bass, down, up, down, B7. What you could do is kind of the A string bass for a bass down up, D with a bass down up, E minor with a bass down up, and then you have your whole pattern for the G, C, B7, G/B, D, E minor, G, C, B7. From there, then we'll be going into our bridge part. Our bridge starts starts on the E minor chord, and then we go to our G, and then we go to our C, but then we go to an E flat major. And normally you would do this as a 6th fret bar, 3rd finger over the D, G, and B strings. You may kind of dig on that with the E flat major. You may also dig on kind of an E flat major 7, kind of doing 6th fret bar, 2nd finger on the 7th fret on the G, 3rd finger on the D8th, pinky on the B8th, which can be very cool. So kind of taking that C major 7 voicing, sliding it up to 6th fret and making it an E flat. Or you may dig on a really easy way to do an E flat major, kind of taking a D major shape and just sliding it over 1 fret. So now I got 1st finger on the G 3rd, 2nd finger on the high E 3rd, 3rd finger on the B 4th fret. And if you strum the G, B, and E, that could work for your D or E flat major too. So you kind of dig on working that voicing. Another possibility actually that could be kind of cool too is another way to do E flat major 7. We'll be doing 1st finger on the D 1st fret and taking the 3rd fret or the 3rd finger and flattening them over the 3rd fret on the G, B, and E. And kind of shooting for the top 4 strings, just that D, G, B, and E. The beautiful sound of E flat major 7. So you can kind of dig on that voicing too. And you can really work any of those patterns we've been doing. The E flat major 7 though would kind of have the A string for your bass, kind of like your D bar would have the A string for the bass. Your D9 would also have your D string or A string for the bass. So we try it with the bass down up, down up, and you have the E minor, G, C, E flat, E minor, G, C, E flat. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you have the E minor, bass line come in that kind of helps us modulate into a different key, where you could play 2nd fret on the A, open D, 2nd fret on the D, open G, open A, 2 on the A, open D, and then 2nd fret on the D, and then all of a sudden we kind of go into our outro, and you'll kind of hear this cool little continuation of the bass line if you want to kind of follow some of those notes, where you play 4th fret on the D, 2nd fret on the D, 4 on the A, 2nd fret on the D, 3 on the D, 4 on the D, 2nd on the D, 4 on the A, 4 on the D, and then open A 3 times, open D 3 times, and then 4th fret on the A, and then 3rd fret on the D. So it's a little weird getting into the outro there. You have kind of 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, O, 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 4, 3, or the notes you're playing, you're going B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, F sharp, E, C sharp, E, F, F sharp, E, C sharp, F sharp, A, D, D, C sharp, and then F, but you might think of it as an E sharp. And this can be really cool because all of a sudden after that modulation we're using different chords, and what you may want to do actually is kind of do 2nd, open, 2, O, and then the O, 2, O, 2, and then go right into the outro progression. And we start the outro progression on a C sharp major, and normally you do this 4th fret as a bar, 3rd finger over the D, G, and B. It's kind of a C sharp major. You may also be big on making this a C sharp 9, kind of doing 1st finger on the D 3rd, 2nd finger on the A 4th, 3rd finger over the G, B, and E. And that can be definitely a really cool voicing tour for the C sharp 9. Or you could even do it as a 4th fret bar, 3rd finger on the D 7, pinky on the, or 6th fret, pinky on the B 6th fret, be a C sharp 7. So you may kind of dig on working it that way. And then from the C sharp we go to an F sharp minor. I normally do this as a 2nd fret bar, 3rd finger on the A 4th, pinky on the D 4th. Ah, the sad sound of F sharp minor. Now you may also dig on lifting off the pinky, making that F sharp minor 7, or adding in the pinky on the B 5th fret, kind of working that for that F sharp minor. And then from the F sharp, we move on to an A major. And normally you do this as a second, or first finger on the D second finger on the G second, third finger on the B second. If you strum all those together, the beautiful sound of A major. Now you may also dig on lifting off the third finger, making an A sus2, or you can add in the pinky on the high or on the B string third, or an A suspended, and kind of say some stuff around it. Or you may dig on kind of doing that as a bar A, kind of 5th fret bar, second finger on the 6th fret on the G, third finger on the A7, pinky on the D7, kind of working that for the A major. And then from the A, we'll be going to our D major chord, which you can ignore that as a bar, and then we'll be back to our C sharp. So it is a little weird kind of jumping into that. And your bass notes for those notes, on the C sharp you'd have the A for the bass, on the F sharp minor you'd have low E for the bass, on the A you normally have the A for the bass, unless you're doing the bar for the 5th, then you got the low E for the bass, and on the C sharp you'd have the A for the bass. So if we try kind of working that transition into the outro with the bass down, up, down, up, you have the 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, C sharp, F sharp, A, D, C sharp, F sharp, A, D, C sharp. Repeat that progression 4 times, and then you'll hear this cool little tag come in where you play open A, second on the A, 4th fret on the A, second on the D, 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 4 on the D, and then second on the G. It's kind of like a little A tag. A, B, C sharp, E, C sharp, B, F sharp, A, O, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Or if you're kind of digging on the 16th idea, then you can kind of kick it off with that transition in that 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, C sharp, F sharp, A, D, C sharp, F sharp, A, D, C sharp, or if you're digging on the other pattern, C sharp, F sharp, A, you might want to switch between them. C sharp, F sharp, A, C sharp, and last time, then we go into our transition. O, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 2, and randomly you may want to play a big A at the very, very end. So that last time through, one more time, you have that C sharp, F sharp, A, D, C sharp, O, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. So that's the basics of how you can strum through I Won't Let You Down by OK Go. Awesome tune. So best of luck. Hi, wherever you are in YouTube land. This is Munson Summer with Munson Music Live, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, and Munson Jam Tracks. Thanking you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you liked this video and subscribe to the channel to see lots more like it. I'm always open to your requests. If you have a song that you love, please let me know so I can write it down on the request list so I can add that to it, because there's probably other people out there who love that song too and would love to learn how to play it. So thanks so much for all the love that you give me, and I hope that you're doing well and kind of figuring out how you can talk with the instrument. We are a small music shop in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and you're supporting us by watching this channel. Really appreciate all that love. So best of luck, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you in particular too. You can contact me on Facebook. You can leave a message here in the comments section, and I respond to all the comments that I get. So best of luck to you wherever you are.